Well, hi, everybody. Good morning to meteorologist Travis Klineski coming off of what was a very nasty weather day for your Easter Sunday. We had a little bit of thunderstorm activity, including hail in eastern Nebraska early in the day. And then, of course, the wind and the snow. Lots of power outages. I was out of power for 10 and a half hours yesterday. It was a very strange Easter Sunday without power yesterday, and not even around family and not going to church. And in fact, we only made it halfway through church service on streaming services before we lost power completely and never to get back to it because power didn't come back until about the time the kids were ready to go to bed yesterday evening. So kind of a strange day yesterday. We had some snow, especially up north, still a little snow on the ground up there, but we're going to get a chance to melt that off today with the sunshine returning. Plenty of sun expected for today. A few clouds later this afternoon, especially up north. Might even be a few flurries or very light snow up in far northern Nebraska near the South Dakota border. As we head into tonight, we'll bring a small chance of those flurries a little farther south. I'll even throw in a slim chance around the Tri-Cities after midnight tonight. But otherwise, I would call it partly to mostly cloudy during the overnight hours. Tomorrow, overall a partly cloudy day. I think we'll see more of our sun in the morning and then more clouds later in the day. And it should warm up enough that we will eventually move on to more of a chance of some sprinkles or very light rain. I'll back this up just a little bit. It might still be cold enough initially earlier in the afternoon up north that there could be a few flurries or light snow there, but eventually as it warms up in the afternoon, later in the afternoon, it should just be flurries or sprinkles or light rain. It won't amount to much. Both of these next 2 days, there's very limited moisture, so don't look for much moisture in our forecast. Down the road, though, chances getting a little bit better. Let's look at your highs for today. Way below average. Average high this time of the year is in the lower 60s. We're talking about 30s and lower 40s this afternoon. Not a real pleasant day. Maybe mid-40s down there in northern Kansas and far southeast Nebraska, but struggling to get above freezing up in north central Nebraska. Heading into tonight, we're back down into the teens and 20s, similar to, if not just barely warmer than this morning. So another cold morning ahead of us tomorrow morning. Tomorrow's afternoon's highs a little better, but still well below average. A lot of 40s, a few spots in the lower 50s in far southern Nebraska and northern portions of Kansas. Wednesday looks like the best weather of the work week, Monday through Friday, that we'll see. Wednesday we're looking at 40s north, 50s, and then even some lower 60s farther to the south. Mid-50s for the Tri-Cities. That's still below average for this time of the year, but like I said, best weather we'll see in the work week ahead as we're going to break that down here in just a bit. So again, the next 3 days, not great, but a little bit of a warming trend. But then a cold front approaches Wednesday night. We'll get a small chance of rain during the evening hours, a little bit better chance after midnight Wednesday night into Thursday morning, and that rain will change over to snow as it gets colder. And we'll keep the chance of snow maybe mixing back with rain later in the day on your Thursday. This does not look like a major storm system, but it may have impacts for our area. I'll talk about that more in just a bit here. Beyond that, nicer weather is returning. Friday gets better, 51 degrees, partly cloudy skies, but the weekend right now, that's where the best weather of the week ahead is at. We're talking about 60s, mostly sunny skies, and it might even get better down the road, which we'll talk about here in just a little bit. But let's break down that forecast for Wednesday night and Thursday. This is the GFS forecast model. Right now, most forecast models showing the best chance of moisture in southern Nebraska and northern Kansas. Pretty tightly wound area of low pressure down there in southwest Kansas. Might bring us some breezy winds. I don't think it's going to be super windy, nothing like what we saw yesterday, but we still may see some accumulating snowfall. That should start to wind down towards the end of the day and into Thursday evening. That will clear out of here. That's the GFS forecast model, which is a little bit more aggressive. How about the European forecast model? This one's a little less aggressive, but nonetheless does bring us some moisture to our area, some rain, and mixing in some snow later in the day. Then later Thursday afternoon here into Thursday evening kind of clears things out and doesn't bring us much additional moisture. So this would be very limited amounts of snow at this point here. So while accumulating snow is a possibility, I don't think we're going to see a lot. But again, still some issues to be worked out with when it comes to the aggressiveness of this next moisture maker coming in for Wednesday night into Thursday. One last graphic I'm going to show you, that's the 10-day forecast trends. Split that one in half. You see a big difference between the first half and the second half. The first half all below average. The second half all near or above average. So the weather is going to get better this weekend and stay nicer into early portions of next week here. So trends are that we're going to finally get out of this cold and maybe start to bring in some nicer weather returning here, because we're supposed to start to see some nicer weather. It's April after all, and in fact we're going to be pushing to the end of April, the last third of April, as we get towards those final 3 days there of that 10-day forecast here. No severe weather in our forecast, certainly over the next couple of days with the stable air in place here. We'll watch next week here as things maybe get a little more active later on next week here, but that's a long ways out yet. So we'll have to see as we get down the road. All right, with that, going to let you all go. Thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. We'll talk to you all again on your Tuesday morning about 24 hours from now. Take care and God bless. Bye.